I have a problem, which not a lot of people are going to relate to, but I'm going to talk about anyway. I make a lot of videos that are essentially summaries of a trope I find kind of weird in media, highlighting all of the examples that I can think of. I'm terrible at cutting myself down, so it often literally is everything, and then talking a bit about why I like or dislike the trope, or just how bizarre it is that it's a thing at all. It's always a good idea to release a video in the wake of something currently getting buzz, tickling the taint of the algorithm and all, but my schedule for making videos is almost entirely vibes based, so they tend to come out as and when I feel like it, or when I actually have the time in life, rather than because I'm specifically trying to catch on to a trend. But this is where my problem comes in, because for the next few weeks or months after I post the video, I will inevitably notice something that I could have themed and released the video around, potentially to greater success, and it is infuriating. Sure, I could say I couldn't have possibly known at the time what was going to happen. I could be sat on a video ad infinitum waiting for something to release it around, which is technically true, but it doesn't help. Like, here's a couple of examples. I made a short video a couple of years ago about how annoying I find it that Paint It Black is the only song that movies and TV use to associate with something black or someone in black, like Black Adam or Wednesday Addams. It wasn't all Addams, that's just a coincidence. Then 1 month later, I go see John Wick 4, where in one of the action scenes, a radio host is referring to John as the Man in Black, and puts on none other than Paint It Black. A bit before that, I made a video about when the titles of movies, shows, games, whatever, swaps out one of its letters for a number, like Mithrigan, which I thought was close enough, like that movie had only come out a few weeks before, I think. But once again, about a month later, the marketing for Expendables 4 starts, and all of the posters say Expend4balls. It would have been gold in the video, but I missed it. Or what about this short, about how every trailer for a franchise legacy sequel includes a minimalistic piano version of the main theme tune. I knew at the time I would keep noticing this one because legacy sequels are very much the standard nowadays, and sure enough, I noticed it in the trailer for that shitty Exorcist requel, though I'm pretty sure there were others I missed before then. I first started realizing this happens when I made this video about how the Ice Age movies got stranger and stranger as they went on, because during the writing and editing of it, more and more news stories would break with significant developments to the Ice Age franchise, so I had to keep writing and recording new segments to add on to the end. I even made a throwaway reference to the movie Nimona getting cancelled, but in the intervening time it was picked up by Annapurna and Netflix and came out back in June 2023. The further I go back, the more I find. The first video I did on the channel was about how conspiracy theorists in movie and TV are always correct, despite their ridiculousness in real life. Peacemaker has some interesting ideas about the deep state, and what do you know? The Earth has been taken over by mind-controlling aliens. Could have released the video in line with the show's release, and it probably would have reached more people. Back before there even was UDS films, and it was just one UDS channel, I made a video with terrible audio about how the majority of the wives in Christopher Nolan films die. What do you know? Oppenheimer comes out. 2 wives, 1 dead. Better ratio than most of his movies, but I still would have included it. And thanks to Barbenheimer, Christopher Nolan is more of a household name than ever before. But now are you starting to see how ridiculous that mindset is? I made that video like 3 years ago, and I'm still hung up on it. I don't know how to stop feeling this bizarre form of FOMO. I did a video about great trailers and sat on it, completely finished and ready to go for like a week. I was terrified of putting it out because what if God's gift to trailers suddenly drops the day after I release it? I should just let sleeping dogs lie, but it's so nerve-wracking to think this could be so much better if I just wait. It's gonna sound ridiculous, but I wish I'd made that video this year instead, purely so I could include the 28 years later trailer in it. Sometimes that's proven to be true. Like, I made a lot of mistakes in my video about the live-action Avatar show, and really rushed and poorly worded my whole outro because I was just conscious I'd spent something like a month on it already, and felt the fading relevance of the topic with every passing second. But then every time a better idea would occur to me, or a comment would point out some nuance I hadn't considered, I kicked myself a little bit more. I ended up getting the views that I wanted with that video, but at the cost of my personal satisfaction and self-worth. So I suppose my only question is, does anybody else get that? Whether on YouTube or anywhere else? And if you did have that, do you know how to get rid of it? Please tell me. I'm not kidding. Write it in the comments or send me an email. Drew out.